Hey everyone, welcome back to Strange Minds 6. I'm your host Ruby, and today we're going to be getting back into the book of Superstitions, a handbook of folklore, myths, and legends from around the world by D.R. McElroy. And the chapter we're going to be reading is Mayan Gods and Goddesses. But before we begin, I would like to ask if you can please hit that like button, and if you're not already, please subscribe. It would mean a great deal to me that you guys join this family, this community that we are building, and it would just mean the world to me, to be honest. But without further ado, grab your snack, grab your drinks, or you can sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Mayan gods and goddesses. There are an estimated 200 or so Mayan gods and goddesses. The following section takes a look at just a few of them. Chak. This mighty rain god of the Maya. Chak is so powerful that he has 4 aspects, which corresponds to the 4 cardinal directions and their colors. North, white. South, yellow. East, red. And west, black. This great god, with his bulging eyes, brings thunder, lightning, clouds, and most importantly, life-giving rain. Chak may be a later addition to the pantheon, as the Maya previously lived in tropical jungles and would not have been as dependent upon a rain god as they would come to be in the arid Yucatan Peninsula. The Heroic Twins. The heroic twins are an archetype found across many civilizations of the world, including the Romans, Romulus and Remus, and Navajo, Naiye, Neskani, and Naidikishi, and the Greek Castor and Pollux. The heroic twins in Mayan mythology are named Hanapu and Zalbanqui. In the Popol Vuh, the post-colonial record of Mayan mythology, the stories of the heroic twins tell us of 2 boys who, among many brave deeds, descended into the underworld. Xibalba, perhaps. This became Cibola, the fabled city of gold, to confront the lords there who had tricked the original and first set of heroic twins into playing the sacred ball game with them and then brutally killing them. The original twins were named 1 Hunapu and 7 Hunapu. A long story described how Hunapu and Zabalangkui avenged the deaths of their father, 1 Hunapu, and uncle. The boys were divine and were able to entreat the wild animals to help them trick and eventually defeat the lords of Xibalba and bring about their deaths. Hunabku is a pre-Columbian Mesoamerican god whose name translates as the One God or the Soul God, believed by scholars to predate the Spanish conquest. Hunabku was exploited by Spanish priests as a means of convincing the Maya to convert to Catholicism. Well, we've heard that story many times and time again. Itzam Kab Ain, the great earth crocodile. Its death made the earth also known as the Peten, following the great flood that destroyed the failed mud people and wood people the creators had made. Itzamna. Just a heads up, I might be saying these names wrong and I do apologize. And if you know how to say these names, like the pronunciations correctly, please leave a comment down below. I would love to know the correct pronunciation for these words, and it would mean a great deal to me, and I know to others, for the pronunciations, because right now I'm just trying my best to say them correctly. But yeah, I do apologize in advance for mispronouncing these names. Itzamna, one of the original Maya creator gods. Itzamna taught writing and medicine to the people. He is the father of the Bakabs, who set the sacred trees at the four corners of the earth. Itzamna is sometimes known as Hunabku or as Kinich Ahua, the sun god. Ixchel, goddess of midwifery and childbirth, as well as medicine. She is depicted as a crone. Kinich Ahua, the Mayan sun god. Kinich Ahua is sometimes considered to be an aspect of, or to be associated with, the creator god Itzamna during the high period of Mayan civilization. Kinich Ahua was used as a royal title, connoting the divinity of kings. In some Judaisms, this god may be referred to as God G. He appears in many temple carvings. Tonsured Maize God, one of the several maize gods. The tonsured maize god is the personification of maize, cocoa beans, and jade. He presides over the scribing arts, dance, and feasting. On holy days, Mayan kings would dress up as the tonsur maize god, who is easily distinguished in Mayan hieroglyphic writings by his unusual hairstyle. Mayan mythical monsters and demons. Much of Mayan mythology derives from the religions of the indigenous people of the area. They contain elements of Mexican and South American tribal beliefs. As in many polytheistic religions, there is a mixture of spirits, demons, and true monsters. Aluxis. Not exactly monsters, Aluxes are believed to be the spirits of Mayan ancestors or sometimes creatures like nymphs and dryads that inhabit the lands and jungles of the Maya. The creatures appear to be miniature versions of Maya, and they may behave mischievously if they feel that they have been disrespected. Farmers are expected to ask permission of the Aluxes before plowing a field, and builders must ask the Aluxes for their blessings before building bridges or other structures on their lands. Gamazots. Gamazots is the vampire bat god of death, the night, and sacrifice. It rules the night, living in caves and grottos, away from human habitations. It was Gamazots who took the head of the heroic twin Hunapu and used it as a soccer ball. He is frequently depicted as holding a knife in one hand and his victim in the other. One death and seven death. As the lords of Xibalba, the Mayan underworld, it is they who invite the original heroic twins, one Hunapu and seven Hunapu, down to Xibalba to play the sacred ball game. After the twins accept, they are put through a number of challenges before being allowed to play the game. When the brothers fail in the challenges, the lords murder and dismember them, placing one Hunapu's head in a tree. The Aztecs, the most recent indigenous group to influence Mexican mythology, were the Aztecs. This wandering warrior tribe, who referred to themselves as Mexica or Mexica, originally came from northern Mexico, and they took control of central Mexico through force of combat. In an agreement to stop the constant civil war among the tribes, two other city-states agreed to form a triumvirate with the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan, located on an island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. The area now at the center of Mexico City soon held all the power due to its superior military might. As previously mentioned, the feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl, to the Aztecs, was long a god among the peoples of Mexico and Central America. It was the Toltec civilization that changed the name of the god from Kukulkan to Quetzalcoatl. The Aztecs were a nomadic tribe that wandered the southwest U.S. and northern Mexico, looking for a sign. The sign was the image of a snake doing battle with an eagle. When they saw this image, they would know that they had found their homeland. The chimera of a bird serpent must have seemed tailor-made for them, and they took their homeland from the Toltecs. They conquered and set down roots. And that, my dear friends, is where we're going to leave it off. The next chapter is going to be Aztec gods and goddesses. So please tune in for the next chapter. And definitely, if you have more mythologies or more insight to the mythologies, and I'm not even going to say mythologies, but to the religions of like the Aztecs, the Incas, definitely comment that below. I would love, and I mean love, to learn more. I'm always wanting to learn more about different religions, different tribes. I know some of my own tribe, but I don't know all of the other tribes that my family was a part of before, my ancestors. I know I'm from the Arawak tribe, the Taino, also known as Tainos, but I'm also a part of different indigenous groups, actually two different indigenous groups. My ancestors are actually a part of the indigenous Americas in Ecuador, and in South America, well, Eastern South America, indigenous. So it could be the Aztecs, or it could be what we previously mentioned. So I'm not too sure, but I would love to learn more. So if anybody knows about these different tribes, please let me know down below. And without further ado, my dear friends, this has been Ruby, signing off. May you all have a grand morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever this video may reach you. Bye bye.